Shibway, el número 34. Es el hombre al que hay que seguir y que tiene aquí el balón y que ahora opta por sacarlo a la periferia, y la flotadora es preciosa para empatar el partido.
Una gran cantidad de los jugadores son de primer año.
El disparo de larga distancia para Tyty Washington, marcado como favorito 2,5 puntos. Xavier Wheeler, ahora con Jacob Toppin, el sexto hombre de Kentucky. Triple, se abrió el espacio. No le caen los triples, a contárselas todas.
Totalmente de acuerdo, lo mejor de lo mejor. Fíjate que tú hace un momento hablabas de que se ha vuelto un juego totalmente defensivo. 17 disparos por parte de Kentucky.
Y entra de nueva cuenta a la duela Santiago Vescovi, el uruguayo. Orgullo de Latinoamérica. Tyty Washington, le bloquearon el balón, se lo desviaron, va por esa sí. Menos de 5 minutos en esta primera mitad. El balón con Tyty Washington en el mano a mano, aislado, gira, finta, arriba, ¡qué canasta!
Donde les han vuelto a aumentar la ventaja. Habían estado hace unos momentos, yo te lo destacaba, cada quien haciendo su trabajo, cubriendo muy bien al número que le correspondía enfrente. Y aquí temía previo al partido, por eso de ahí es, como lo decía, jugar con la intensidad, pero con calma, con inteligencia. Y ahora sí, por fin entra uno de tres.
La Democrática del Congo no regresó al partido. El número 34, el mejor jugador de la nación. Vaya, esta es una falta. Hachazos que le están en control del partido y puede provocar aquí una reacción. Tyty Washington. Pantalla alta de Shibway, el tiro de media distancia. No. Y el balón. Oscar Shibway, y las esperanzas empiezan a agotar para Kentucky. Robo de balón, Tyty Washington 4 contra 1, colada hasta el fondo, hasta la cocina. Y Tyty Washington dice...
Algo más rápido, más intenso y tratar de romper esa defensa por parte de Tennessee.
Buena finta. Washington en la esquina, un tiro sin ángulo. Vescovi no se anima a disparar, tampoco hay mucho espacio. Wheeler lo defiende bien. La defensa otra vez surte efecto. Tyty Washington hasta la cocina con la Wheeler. Hay un hombre que cae a la duela en la esquina. Keon Brooks, no, el triple desacomodado. Buena tabla contra Texas A&M. Consulte sus guías locales para todas las transmisiones de ESPN. El triple. Sí, no.
También con la cabeza, y eso es muy importante, y creo que ha marcado la diferencia.
Xavier Wheeler para Tyty Washington. El triple no. Where?
Not been able to get into rhythm this season because of the injuries, but they need a huge game from Robbins.
Here's Tyty Washington. Shibway, offensive board. 1 out of 5. Kentucky misses. End up with Shibway, and the result of Tyty Washington 3. Well, you late getting down the floor. Kentucky will push.
You want to pull off an upset, you got to get some unexpected production. Vanderbilt's getting it right now from Robbins and Lawrence.
Tyty Washington, the freshman from Phoenix, fits it in.
I had that before with him scoring over 30. If they're going to beat Kentucky, it's got to be a balanced attack.
Tyty Washington used every bit of the medal. He's got 8.
His mid-range game is elite. Or injuries or anything like that, he just says, look, we have enough. We have enough.
Here's Washington, left it short. Jordan Wright finds it. Vandy looking to reclaim the lead. They're making Pippen work. Could have been basket interference. Looked like Vandy yanked the net, and it fell off the side of the
stuff when they get right the ball. And Vanderbilt, he's not a guy you want to double team, but he takes advantage of you in those one-on-one matchups.
Washington off balance. Brooks the board. Shibway's got it. Here's Washington. Blocked by Robbins, who's having a monster game for Vanderbilt. Tick with the company. Shot clock now at 3. Chapman. Threw it up. Shot clock went off. They play on, and Washington converts. Stack Hetman. Swatted by Shibway. 7th block for the Cats. Washington extends.
right in the post where they've been able to calm things down and get some good looks using him as kind of a point forward.
Tyty Washington floater. It's a big miss early in the clock for Kentucky. Brown went into the standard. Kentucky has a chance to push it. They're on an 8-0 run. Top into Washington.
Oh, man. The officials there saying, you were calling that on the other end. You're going to call hand checks, call them down here.
Washington, 15-footer. Studi fighting for it. Somehow finds Sheboy. He's now 2 for 4 from deep. Sheboy wanted the lob. Washington corner. Another. And suddenly a Kentucky serve. Oscar Sheboy, triple team. Toppin to Tyty. Dump down to Tyty Washington.
That is spectacular. You won't see a better pass in college basketball today than what's...
He's got 11 assists. Washington with 4. Working on Pippen. Got space. Rebound Toppin off of Melora Brown. Out of bounds and Kentucky back.
Service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric.
For those of you that were watching LSU's overtime victory, we welcome you to the year. Washington on a runner. Castleton one hand with the rebound.
Nice job defensively that time.
Got down into single digits at any point before halftime. They'd be lucky or happy or both.
Exactly.
Washington way outside. And it'll be Florida ball, so they've got an opportunity. Double-double number 25 maybe before halftime.
Man, remarkable.
Washington a little off balance. And there would have been an offensive rebound.
To get back in this game. That's the question.
Tyty Washington on a jumper, no good, and Fleming and DeRougie combined for
4 of 23 from deep now after the miss this year. Collins just out-rebounded the best rebounder in college ball. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do that. You can't take for granted that Sheboy's just going to go. We'll have folks like Sam join them for a road trip. Meanwhile, here's Tyty Washington into the game. Gives Kentucky a 5-point cushion. This is trouble. Wheeler, always a blur. Washington, transition 3. I'm just telling you, their transition game, their conversion. Sheboy, the offensive rebound. Washington, count it. Kevin, another loose ball, scramble play that goes in Kentucky's. And USC, Kentucky, 4.4 left. Washington, the catch, looks up. Contested long J. And Kentucky, after the miss, goes into the locker room ahead by 9. 4 as well. Washington trying to create something. Sheboy nearly had it ripped away. He's down to a knee, and there's the whistle. Is a turnover, is what it is. And they are so good at making you pay for bad shots, and Brakefield made a bad decision to drive it with nowhere to go. Washington got it stripped. Strength and a belief and an uncommon, authentic in terms of who they are with inside the program right now. I think Baylor's a real problem going forward in March for a lot of folks. Because Morrell and Joyner can jump up and make shots now and get on a 6-0 run all by themselves. An 8-point game. Washington back-to-back buckets. The craftiness of the freshman Tyty Washington. The next has got to tighten up. Washington down and out. It's a rare miss from deep. Kentucky was 6 of 12.
deep ball way out there. Note he was hitting them in practice and warm-ups from there. Washington now on the drive. And a rebound kept alive. The rebound.
He gets over 40% of the rebound.
He's got 8 already. Fighting for a loose ball. Arkansas
Neither.
That's their biggest lead now, up 13. Tyty Washington misses on the outside. Nice follow and a flush by Brooks. He's doing it all. Washington too strong on the three. Sheboy keeps it alive with his 11th rebound. Trying to score. He's going to have to do Williams.
Points allowed, right? The number one.
Had very few turnovers, but they had one there. Washington will try to take advantage of it. Williams bangs it against the glass, and that's going to be goaltending. Quite a player. Sheboy got one of two. Got his own miss, though. Washington for three. And Wheeler picks up the long rebound. He'll try to score. Tyty Washington just one field goal in the game, and that one didn't go in. It was a goaltending. And that one didn't go in either. In and out. And Williams with a rebound.
He had some bad luck. He had a couple of shots that were traditions.
Kentucky with 8 national titles. Arkansas with that 94 team that we showed you a little while ago. And both of these teams think they're capable of making Washington, tough shot, baseline, got it. Only his first field goal that has gone in. Washington trying to get around Tony, finally did, way up off the window. Sheboy tips it in. Wheeler brings it down. 10 to go. Washington had it knocked out of bounds by Notte.
You know,
5 guys in blue jerseys left. So they've conceded, I guess, at this point, as Washington takes a shot off the window and it goes, and it will count.
Averaging 15 rebounds a game and 15 points a game. Washington's first 3, he had 28 in the opener against Tennessee, and that one goes out of bounds. Is in the starting lineup and on the floor tonight. Number 3 had his leg rolled up in that Florida game, and it was very scary, and there he steps right into a 3. Coming off that 28-point hit. Your family, who reached out to you? What made it feel so bad? He said, oh, no, that was all on me. I know what bad feels like, and that was the worst he'd ever felt. Block there on Tyty. You do wonder about Washington's health.
The reminder timeout, literally, like, make sure someone's glued to 31.
Absolutely. He has, Kellen Grady, gravity ability as much as anyone in this league.
Florida's the team that ball fakes everybody. That time it was Washington who knocked away. Turnovers piling up for the Gators, and it's Tyty who goes for 3. Air ball, Sheboy. Over Castleton. Oscar. Getting a push from behind on Felder, who just knocked down a 3. And that's number 1 on number 1.
I mentioned Florida grinding their way around. Just watch the screening action and the down screen that happens. And
knocks in a jump hook right over him, and the lead is down to 4.
Castleton just wore Lance Ware out right in front of the rim.
Washington floater, 0 for their last 7. First half, it felt like Kentucky was going to score 100 points.
It did.
Brooks keeps that alive, and now they've got an extra man. One more pass from Washington would have found Grady. Instead, he shot it, and he missed.
Tyty.
Shot clock, and Fleming's shot too strong. Ripped away by Washington. He'll float one up. No good. Watch out. Ware went up high. Sheboy grabbed it. Ware grabs it, and Kentucky will try to push it again. Hot potato. Washington's 3 no good. Oscar had his 6th rebound, and he's doing something productive. Xavier Wheeler had a brutal game shooting. In fact, the last 4 have been bad. Calipari's like, don't worry about that. Just contribute. And to shot clock, 3 no good. Grady will grab the offensive. Wheeler broken 0 for 19 in the first half, and he throws up another one, and that one is no good. And the offensive rebound goes Kentucky's way. And the struggles continue for Tyty Washington. Was he 2 for...
Just continue to short closeout on Washington and Wheeler.
Appleby is the guy fronting Sheboy down on the baseline. Tyty throws another one up, and it goes in. Shooter's got to shoot. Felder 6. No one else has got more than 2. Washington again. Too strong. Good box out that time, and it's ripped away. It started with Flanders Fleming's rebound. Washington forces it again, and that time he gets it to go in the paint, and he'll go to the free throw line to finish off at the ball.
What I mean by that, only 7% of Kentucky's shots get blocked in conference play. Only 7 out of 100.
Whoa! Did he lead Colin Castleton in his sneakers as Tyty got the chance to push for Carolina. Kellen Grady knocked it away, and here comes Kentucky. Washington with an easy layup, and they will run when they can. Plays and how to run, and watch Wheeler, and everybody goes to a spot, and he's got so many options like that. Too short for Tyty Washington. They all go to a spot.
Take better shots. If not, it's going to be a Kentucky jailbreak. And I was also standing beside the South Carolina huddle. And it was interesting because Keyshawn Bryant stood in the middle of it, looked at his teammates and said, y'all ain't shown me you
3 or 4 possessions ago.
Yeah. Hand off to Kusnardi, lost it, and an easy one here for Washington.
And that's irritating for Frank Martin to come out of a timeout. Only reason they're staying in this game.
Absolutely. Wildens Levesque's having a good game. He's in double figures with 10. Washington to pull up quick, too strong. No Jordan starting to pile up both points and rebounds. Tyty Washington, a dagger 3 right there. He's got 10.
Whoa.
Washington, another quick release. Boy, is he smooth. That's a 2. You can see why Tyty.
Yeah.
He checks the clock quickly with 7 to go on the shot clock.
That's good action.
The floater, Tyty Washington.
That is so good. It was a smoke screen.
Carolina's winning the battle of the boards 40-36. They've had a lot more opportunities. And Washington's shot no good. There's a rebound. Keon Brooks back up and in.
Gives you a little bit of...
Calipari described Tyty Washington as the silent assassin. He'll end up with 15 and 9. He goes to the hoop. No good. Shibwe picks up an offensive rebound and puts it back in.
One of those teams between Kentucky and Auburn has had great success on the road. Auburn had to eke out another one after a 1-point win at Missouri last week.
Boy, Alabama gap heavy defensively, giving no.
He has dominated, but they haven't won here since 2017.
The third guy in the weave is the problem, and that time it was Washington. Get to the elbow, missed the shot.
Alabama has that shot clock winding down. It's at 5. Here's Tyty Washington. Pull up. No. And the rebound. Shibwe goes after it, but saves it to Davison. This game he referenced the 1995 UMass-Kentucky game. Tyty Washington off the window, and he said, you know, in that game I was losing my mind, and Marcus Canby came over, put his hands on my shoulders and said, Coach.
Davison just caboosing Washington on that baseline screening action.
Off the switch, Washington got it. Davison was right behind him.
Tremendous use of that pinch post by Kentucky.
Grady begging for a touch in transition. Here's Tyty. Tyty Washington will put them in their seats.
Good screen by Wheeler. A guard-to-guard on-ball screen. A big play in this game.
Nate Oates leaves Beniaco in the game. Tyty Washington from mid-range. Rojas now. Dig down by Gary. Here's Washington. And Shibwe got tied up. And he'll go to the line. James Rojas commit. College basketball has become a much more physical game in just one season as Tyty Washington hits the mid-range.
He is killing Alabama with a pull-up game. And his
Cats a chance to push. Wheeler's got Washington. He's got a 3 attempt. Washington on Davison. And it's ripped down by Gurley. Mintz saved by Wheeler. 3-on-2. And Tyty Washington gets it.
Tom, those are losing plays by Alabama.
It's like a fight between the two town drunks. They just keep missing each other, but they're still bloodied and bruised. Washington with his first triple of the game.
Talking about Otis?
Yes. Came into this contest shooting 31% from three. They had launched 653 threes in the season. Far and away the most in the...
Ware into the game. John Calipari today at shoot-around was raving about the effort that he's been getting from Ware off the bench. Good box out there by Melora Brown.
A great steal by Jermaine Mann. Looks like he's got an easy finish. Jacob Toppin stayed with.
If you drop that game, if you're Florida.
3-2 zone defense.
Washington on a runner, gets the friendly bounce.
It shows zone, and they
be for this team.
And we call them difference makers, right? May not be the superstar, but the difference makers of maybe winning a championship and not.
Washington had that one erased by the 7-footer Robbins.
Wow, and look at him run the floor.
Meanwhile, Kentucky, normal balanced attack. Brady led the way with 12, but Sheboy was great with 11. Brooks, Washington all contributing in that first half.
A good rotation by the Wildcats. I think it was Mintz that got to Trey Thomas quickly because Thomas really catch and release guy, but he had to put it on the floor, made it tough for him.
Thomas led all freshmen of the SEC last year in three-point percentage. Sheboy with his 16th double-double this season. How about that? What a night for Davion Mintz. Tyty, yes.
What a huge, outstanding offensive teams. Each of them averaging better than 80 points per game. Washington the pull-up. And the weak side rebound and throwdown for Keon Brooks. Abaji at better than 21 a game. Misses his mid-range jumper. Washington with a burst of speed, and it goes.
Dan, Tyty Washington is a big-time player. Just almost had the angle, but Sheboy took it away from him. That play was designed to give him an angle and a quick pass into the post.
Washington, kept alive, out of bounds. Kentucky ball, and Sheboy.
He's just challenging his players at every opportunity.
Well, Holly, this has been an incredibly physical game on both ends of the floor. And thus far in the game, Kentucky's been stronger to play through this crazy contact.
Rebounding was the key. That's where they have to start to climb back in this.
Open look. Tyty Washington a little bit strong. Rebound Jalen Wilson.
And that's what Kansas has to do is game. It's 19 now, but with this kind of lead, Kentucky has to continue to be efficient offensively. Get a good shot every time down.
Off the hands of Sheboy, back to Kansas.
Pass by Ochai Agbaji, uncharacteristic.
Sheboy the deflection. Wheeler to Washington. That's not going to... Good ball movement. Washington, no. And Sheboy is going to get called.
Pettiford is a quick guard with a good feel.
Speaking of quick guards, how about Xavier Wheeler? Washington, no. Rebound Wilson.
Great communication. A lot of switches on the perimeter. Washington almost found himself in no-man land. Got it back outside the three-point line. Kessler brings it down for the rebound, but Sheboy's, as it is so often. You're safe saying that. Yeah. Tyty Washington had a block by Kessler. With the left hand, too. He's 6. Maybe at blocking shots. Bill Russell, a lefty. Put that hand up there. Challenges everybody with the right. Washington, pull-up jumper, got it. Love his middle game, this kid. Talk about point. Kessler on a switch off. Oscar should be begging for the ball in the low post area. Washington. Look at that over shot. Kessler. And he hit the deck hard. Oh, boy. And
plays the game with confidence, not afraid to take big shots. He has started every game for Buzz Williams, has been outstanding.
Speaking of outstanding, Tyty Washington, silky smooth in every facet of his game. Wheeler up top finds Washington. Washington on a pull-up jumper, no. Brooks top floor for the rebound. He can't miss. He can't connect. And here comes... Air ball. Sheboy there for the follow. The bounce, and there's Sheboy on another rebound. Tyty with a floater. Left it short. Radford on the board. If that's the foul on
Tied into Sheboy's hands. 5 to shoot. Washington. No. Sheboy. Wheeler unloads a 3. Washington rise and fire right between the eyes of Marcus Williams. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, big.
Washington, pretty. Tyty Washington.
So smooth.
Jackson, tough 3. Back iron. Felt like a settle.
Numbers.
And Jackson came out of nowhere and blocked it out of bounds.
4 on. You know, they put it in his hands, but they have not been able to get much on the offensive end, the Aggies.
Seems like you can get something better there. Washington, no. And there on the rebound, Cash. Shot clock at 10. Washington misfires. Rebound into Coleman's hands.
Boy, what a battle.
Kennedy Chandler making it really difficult on Tyty Washington coming off that little dribble handoff, and the pressure is intense.
Washington, though, so tough to speed him up. He's got great pace and with 28 a few weeks ago against Western Kentucky.
That's the first miss, I think, for Kentucky right there.
Sheboy runs one down at the offensive end, gets him a fresh possession. Tyty Washington makes it pay off.
And that just can't happen for Tennessee to give up.
To impress not only Tennessee fans, but Rick Barnes and the rest of the coaching staff as well.
Just a great competitor and super tough.
Back cut, Tyty Washington.
Well, that's how you handle.
How do you size up the top part of the league? These two teams, Auburn, LSU, Alabama's got a good team as well. How do you size up, say, the top 4 or 5 in the league?
I think that the Southeastern Conference is the best league in the country.
Kentucky is at Texas A&M on the SEC Network Wednesday night. Aggies are off to a 3-0 start in league play. Then they're at Auburn next weekend, and obviously what is a...
Might very well have stayed, but Davidson doesn't have graduate programs. I think he made the right choice. He's been a tremendous addition here.
Washington having a sensational first half.
He's got everything. He is over 5 a game, and his assist-turnover ratio is terrific.
7th made 3 of the game for Tennessee. And here's the answer from Washington at the other end with a long 2.
What do you play by Tyty Washington?
Vescovy banks it home at the other end. Kentucky at 64 points already. Make it 67 against
Sophie Williams de Bruin, who is still in South Africa, one of the most famous activists of all time in that country.
Holly, thank you. It is an outstanding article and great insight into what makes Kellen.
I would give it to Oscar Sheboy. Well, if I didn't give it to him, he'd grab it with both hands and take it anyway.
24-point lead. Make it 27.
Attitude. One guy I'd say is in that category, maybe the leader of that, is Davion Mintz. You know, when he was struggling shooting the ball, you couldn't tell from talking to him or seeing him.
Not this time.
Played is that Tennessee's really good. I mean, look, they've had some issues shooting the ball. I mean, we did that Texas Tech game where Madison Square Garden had to repaint the rims after, and both teams couldn't.
Due to the neck injury.
Well, Mintz was a starter last year. He was Kentucky's leading scorer, leading assist guy for a team that only won 9 games. And how many games in a row is it that Tyty Washington has not? Vanderbilt cannot miss layups, and they certainly cannot turn the ball over.
There's Washington attacking again.
Tyty Washington, Kevin, has got.
There's Sheboy. Averaging better than 15 rebounds per game. The nation's leader. Washington again.
Just under control.
Look at that duo, by the way. 7 of 8 from the field to start. Washington, one more, no. It's Brooks with the opportunistic slam.
Wait, what a hesitation move by Tyty to be even more aggressive, hunting his shot, because that opens up so many other things for his teammates.
There it is, 45% from deep this season. Start overall, a couple of signature wins as well. Looking to get to 2, make it 3-1 in league play. Washington off the bounce.
Well, he's so patient off of ball screen situations.
And nearing his season average. Vandy, though, is down double figures. Washington Not that time from deep.
This is the guy that's got to get going.
Sheboy offline that time. Brooks taps it back to himself. Melora Brown rejects that one out of Brown.
When Wheeler's in there to run the show.
They're both brilliant. They bring something different to the table in a sense each. There's Washington again on the pull-up.
Well, the one thing you cannot do.
Very reliable shooter. Bryce Hopkins into the game, the freshman. He chases down his own miss. Washington, that mid-range game is so strong for the freshman.
You know, off that screen roll after.
Double-double for Oscar Sheboy. He's got 27 and 10 on 10 of 13 shooting from the floor. Washington misfires that time. It's just so easy right now for Sheboy.
Peter plays so well in the flow of the game, as John Calipari has said all year.
Here he is on the pull-up. That's good.
He's so smooth, such a maturity.
Very assertive guard. He loves getting into the paint. Couldn't get that to drop.
A great defense by Toppin, who's getting the start as well tonight. Toppin, such an energy guy, guarding
for conference transfers, really for the first time, so it is a little unprecedented in a sense.
Yeah, and some schools came out better than others. Everybody's got some transfers, and everybody filled their roster, but some are better.
Keon Brooks pings that one off the backboard. Washington in a hurry, count it! And he's at the line.
Class of 2022, although he's done with high school.
Yep.
Now he's out, he's enrolled, he's part of the team.
No plans to play him yet. No plans to not play him either. Just a 9-man, especially a perimeter player, it lights a fire under your butt a little bit and say, all right, coach always said the people that are going to play are going to defend and rebound. Time for me to start making some glue guy type plays.
Here's Tyty Washington. Been a competitive first half. That's now 9 points for the 5-star.
But again, that's just a really good defensive play.
There's Brooks caught underneath, kicks back out to Washington. Long two. Long rebound. Toppin got his hands on it. Now
package.
He gets bumped.
We're not taking you for granted, Sheboy. It's just the story right now is the point guard play.
Boy, he gets edited out of the whole highlight pack there. There's Tyty right on cue. Now it's staggering. Well, they didn't win the latest. That was last January when Georgia won in Athens. Washington slips to the rack. And Georgia is... Washington, pulls up beautifully, just in rhythm. Kentucky, well-conditioned, well-oiled machine. Washington, everything but the finish. Oh, wow, the blow-by, Tyty Washington. Confusion, they lost him. Mintz.
13 of 14 games, 10 and 2. As you take a look at their starting five, Wheeler takes it all the way on the baseline. That guy is a special player. Tyty Washington knocks down the first. Lance Ware is into the game for Sheboy. And Washington breaks the press, and he will throw up a floater, and maybe got caught up in the air. Is this going to be an alley-oop or a shot? End of the half. And, of course, whenever Kentucky's in town at LSU, they fill the place. Tyty Washington hesitates and gets it to go.
Well, he is such a shot maker. That little floater, I mean, I know he's shorter. Will Wade was saying one of the reasons he wants to do that is just to avoid Eason picking up an early foul.
Yep. He
comes into the game after the referees have gotten used to it a little bit.
Reed, big block there, and the ball turned over. Grady has it. And Washington will throw it high over the 6'11 Reed and miss it. Ragged offense. Grady will fire again. That's way off the first half, and it's still a tight one, 32-28.
Yeah, with a makeshift lineup, Kentucky's stayed right with LSU.
Boy, Tyty Washington off to the right in a three. Pinson, there was some contact, no foul called. Washington creates some contact and then never got it off. Fudge may have deflected it. LSU likes this. And then Murray tries to take top and spins in. Tough pass in traffic. Deflected away. Sheboy Good block. Days. Wow. Going down hard was Brooks. John Calipari say the words he said after the Missouri game. He said, hey, we're good. He said, we defensively we're good, we rebound. If we push the basketball and get a fast pace going, we can be a great team.
That is tough.
It's not freshman load. These are veteran players.
Azunabor with the baseline jumper to make it a 2-point game. Deep three from Tyty. And there's another offensive.
Which then the defense has to focus, and it opens up lanes for Wheeler to do what he does, and that's what he does. He confuses the defense because he's constant motion.
Washington left it short. Shibwe rips down another rebound. Tyty Washington wired to score, and that's what he does right there. Assists for the freshman in this game. He's got the ball on the wing. Little two-man game with Shibwe. And Tyty can do that as well. 5 assists. Deep three on the way and buried by Tyty Washington.
Isn't it tough that you're playing a defense and you handle the inside?
On a 17-3 run over the final 5.5 minutes.
You see how they play. You see how they play off of Wheeler.
The Stoops brothers with ties to Iowa.
Yeah,
they're playing football there. Defensive backs. Let's take that time by Tyty, and again, just seems they were laughing and cheering Bird by the end of the game. Wide open, Tyty with a 3-3.
And hey, Grady just looked at him. It's
2 turnovers, but there is indeed Missouri's first foul. So nothing much for the Tigers 1 minute in. Here's Tyty Washington. Tees up and buries the 3. Now, Cornell Mann said it earlier. Our offense has been a bit more precise of late. A couple of weeks ago, beat a very good Utah team. Tyty Washington steps into the 18-footer offline. I
think he could easily be a 13 to 15 point per game guy for Missouri. Just got to get him going consistently.
Washington couldn't hit that one. Shibwe got his big paw. A little strong.
And that's a shame for Missouri. You can't get a better look than that.
Washington uncontested to the 10. Here's Washington. He wants a 3. It splashes it. Tyty Washington is close. Dribbled that one off of Wheeler's foot. Rolled out to a Tiger. Here's Washington. Yes. The 5 on the baseline.
Well, great penetration, but beautiful cut there by Gordon, moving out the basketball.
Oh, Shibwe missed the putback slam. It slipped out of his finger. Brown couldn't tip it back. Here's Wheeler again. Numbers. Drive and kick. Washington. Now Missouri has a man the other. Shibwe hands off to Washington. Step back, 15-footer. And Shibwe cracks down his 15th board. Grady, that's strong. It's a third chance for Kentucky, and Washington puts it in.
And that all starts with Shibwe.
Start to the second half, but it has been a cold finish since about the midway mark, and Washington burns that one in.
Yeah, lead single digits. Had a couple open looks in transition, and from 3, just couldn't get it to go down. But
Washington, no. Oh, Shibwe.
I can't recall. That might have been. That may have been one of those years we didn't make the tournament, so I just boycotted viewing the entire thing.
I love this kid's heart, though. Shibwe.
Washington pull up. Got it.
I noticed Brady didn't even look for the shot, though. John was saying we got to get him
The rebound.
And it's so dangerous on a kick-out 3.
Got 5 boards wrapped already.
He gets 5 at breakfast.
Told his teammates he wanted to average 20 a game before.
Though, not giving up easy opportunities. Mintz can drill him outside. This is where he's tough. That
Washington, our runner. Now let's see how Dave.
They go side to side, making the D work.
Deep three for Washington. Got it. Boy, what a stroke. That was right. We were right behind that. And when he let it.
Must have been so solid. Well, they are moving the ball, though.
Sure are. Here's a runner. No foul called there. Washington got it back. And from 15, he buried it.
Too many opportunities.
That's for sure.
A little slow to react.
This has been their only bright spot. And Baycott missed the free throw.
Who's got these guys playing much better defense?
That was a quick trigger by Washington.
Once in a while, right?
Tyty Washington misses the three. Rebound to Harris. It's good for us. We got to figure out who we are, what we are, and coming off the loss to Notre Dame, they were looking forward to this, and they're playing like they were looking forward to it.
He is tough. I love him in the lane. Dustin Johnson.
Well, good job by Ryan trying to blow up that dribble handoff to Tyty Washington.
Tyty with a shot and nice touch, getting 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3. Sheboy on top here for Washington.
Kentucky really looking to turn the corner and try to get into the paint, but there's Tyty Washington. We talked about him being a bucket getter about every rebound.
15 rebounds a game. Nobody has averaged 15 rebounds a game over a full season since Larry Smith got 18 a game in 79-80. Tied up here,
but not as dangerous.
It's back out for Washington. A little floater in the lane. Nicely done.
He's got everything and getting better and better. It was a good move. His shot has just been off.
Washington gets himself a shot.
Boy, how many challenge shots as a time player here at Notre Dame.
Sheboy. Wheeler down the paint. Here's Washington Jr. Can't stick it. And a foul with 12:03 to go. Washington down the lane. Spins it up. It won't go. Notre Dame with a rebound. Wesley has it. Feeds out.
White. Same starting five that you've seen most of the year, including the man with the ball, Xavier Wheeler, the Georgia transfer, who gives off to the most talented of the freshmen. Tyty Washington, the leading scorer, and he's starting over the game. Wheeler with 8 on the shot clock. Wheeler probes, kicks. Washington straight on 3. Kicks off the iron, and a rebound to Southern. Southern all over the place. Tenacious defense. Drive by Washington, reverse layup is good.
What he gives you is
in transition, Washington. Oh, Washington, little dribble, little reverse, hits the bottom of the backboard and then gets it back.
Might be the most spectacular save.
Mrs. Cal's Instagram following by my wife, who's a longtime Kentucky native and Kentucky fan, and she said, you've got to cover this, you've got to follow this, it's hilarious. She never, and back out to Tyty. Into the corner, it's Mintz, that'll be 3. Left it short, gets his own rebound, drive and kick, Tyty on a 3. Too strong. A 7-0 run by the Jaguars.
See, we get an inside-out move here. Good pass.
Washington on a pull-up. That's what I was waiting for more of in this second half. Kentucky's got him trapped in the corner and causes the turnover. Sheboy to Washington all the way. Washington makes it look easy as he glides. To
nice passing, getting it into the lane.
We are in the final segment of this game, and it's single digits. Washington missed the leaner. There's Sheboy with 10. Now Tyty at the top with 5. Now 2. Gonna have to hoist one up there. In and out, Sheboy.
In the country, they trail Alabama in the Southeastern Conference for points per game. Alabama right about 84 per game. Little floater by Tyty.
That's what Tyty is going to be able to give you, and he's going to get better.
50% three-point shooter on the year. Coming into this one was 8 of 16. Tyty. Washington buries a jumper.
Another example, Dave, of him having the work.
Washington gets his miss.
Pull up all are with Coach Barbee in his first season. Just the attitude that he wants these guys to have is going to take a little while to instill that.
Taylor got a piece of that Tyty Washington shot. Tyty Washington, ball fake back to Grady. Wide open three for Tyty, buries it.
Certainly helped the Chippewas haven't been handing those live ball turnovers to Kentucky pretty easy too in the other end.
Washington, corner three. And just like that, Tyty Washington.
Wildcat somewhere around here that's had a triple-double. You just assume.
The only one in Georgia history was for Wheeler last year. A good start for Tyty.
See who flashes.
Deep three from Tyty. Washington is good. His third three of the night. He's perfect from behind the arc. Get it. Off the front of the rim.
Interesting. Xavier is at the free throw line area as Grady and Tyty are up high.
Washington. Loose ball. Brooks had it, lost it.
The three, can pass the ball out of the post. Talented play for LSU.
Deep three from Washington. Another rebound for Sheep. Follow is good from Collins, making the most of his opening minutes.
And that's where he is going to have the most impact on the game. Running the floor, offensive rebound, stay around the rim. He's home rims, nothing like it.
Their last game was at home. The only time they played in Jacksonville this year. Foul on Sheep. It's a friendly roll off the front of the iron. Knocks home that three. Tyty Washington back there quickly. Lost it. Toppin will head to the free throw line.
The turnovers and run right here. You got to attack on this though. That's there you go. Good shot.
Washington steps inside the arc. Got it. His first basket. Now 1 for 5 from the field. Allen gets it to Washington. Step back three. Sheboy taps it. Washington, man, what a night. He just can't buy one. That was halfway down the cylinder. Little floater this time goes. Allen will try for three. No good. Sheboy. This is incredible watching him rebound the basketball. Tyty. Finally, he says. Finally. Nowhere to go. Ran right into a couple of big men in Collins and Sheboy. Washington got it.
Before green, Tyty goes the opposite way.
Little crossover, pull-up jumper. Tapped around, and Collins.
Man, in his eye. They ran him off three-point line a couple times. Nice couple pull-ups.
Ooh. Oh, hey now. Tyty Washington spinning in traffic. He shut down. He'll head to the bench. 1 of 6 from behind.
He's going to be thinking about those all night.
Excuse me, 0 for 4 from behind the arc. Tyty Washington now with 4. Washington misses, gets it back, knocks that one home.
The energy, the organization of how he was running his shoot around and the messages he was getting to his players. Albany's got him a good one.
The team to the post is Paul Newman. That won't go. Here comes Kentucky. Tyty Washington in the open floor. Now to the middle. Little floater.
Just really like that, David. I mean, gets
in their last game. Sheboy, the easy rebound. Tyty in the lane and count it. He'll head to the line.
That's what we want to do if we're Kentucky. We want to pulls that out, Dave. He doesn't take it into nothing and force up a bad shot. Probably a younger player, a less experienced player would do that. Instead, you drive it, you're probing. Again, for a team that has been turning it over, they're doing an awesome job.
Tyty Washington too strong. Hopkins with the long rebound.
Penetrate Kentucky's defense and get the spots in the lane that's created great opportunities to score.
Boy, that's just a tough shot for Washington. Took it right into traffic.
But when he went up to shoot, he had...
Here's Collins.
Getting ready to throw a little Avery Johnson at you right here.
That's another good attack from Brooks. And now Kentucky getting a little bit of separation. Washington trying to get it going here in the second half. Gets his own miss. Maybe that'll get him started. Now up to 15 points to lead everybody.
Another quick shot, one pass possession by Albany. That's what Kentucky wants.
Tyty, no good. Both teams just 1 for their last 7 from the field. Catch and shoot. Washington knocks it home. Tyty with his second 3 of the league. That won't go. Washington the rebound. He now has 6 of those. Also 3 assists. Will take it himself. The follow by Collins.
Washington in the corner. 10 to shoot. Brooks had it blocked. Picked up by Washington. Weaving. Misses no. Follow up yes. Tyty Washington, the most heralded of this talented freshman class.
And if Kentucky will have trouble guarding.
What do we look for out of Ohio defensively?
They'll basically be man-to-man. They will mix in a little 3-quarter press. They'll mix in a little 2-3. But their base defense is a solid, you make 16 threes.
That helps. That helps. And again, as you mentioned, they love the 3-ball. Half their shots are from 3, and they shoot them at a good clip, 38%. Kentucky came into this, kicks off, and ripping away the rebound is Hopkins.
But you can see why Vanderplas averages more than 3 assists a game.
Washington on a stop and pop, silky smooth on the jumper.
They're going to work with Cal.
Yeah. What a half for Vanderplas, leading all scorers with 10. And then the response on the other end by Washington. None of them have been easy. I mean, these are deep, often contested threes. Washington, Euro step, gets the friendly bounce off the back iron.
But again, his balance, Mikey went. He just plays with a maturity.
Plays within himself. And wants to go to work on a long 3 there. So now Ohio and too strong. Another offensive rebound.
Long rebounds, long shots, long rebounds. Guards have to get involved.
Say. 16 minutes remaining. Ohio up by 2. Washington slashing. Missed it short. Brooks tapped it up. There's Shibwe. Shibwe. Why not? Shibwe again. Shibwe pops out to Washington. Nothing but bottoms.
Bobcats, you come off the bench, you've got the green light.
Just stick them in the microwave and let them shoot. Washington on a stop and pop. Silky smooth. Smooth. From all kinds of states, 10 different countries, but finally landed one from Arizona. Washington gonna send that one back home to Arizona. Tyty on the stuff. Washington wheeling, dealing, got it. A chance at 3 the hard way for the sense. Wheeler. A great second half. Kentucky overall with a great second half. This was a 2-point game at intermission. Washington off the back iron.
An extra 10 minutes every game, so I could spread those minutes around, but they have denied that request. Here's Tyty Washington from the elbow. Well, if they can get him going, he'll be a difference maker. Did not have a incredibly nice person, so when he got the award, it was a big deal.
Yeah, left his mark on college basketball, especially at the Mount, and his legacy continues. His daughter, Lynn Robinson, is athletic director. when you're leading scorer, he took 14 shots per game, 7 3-pointers per game. He may have nights he doesn't get a lot of those shots. There might be nights he can, and he can get 25 to 30. There might be nights.
And it's obvious how much Cal has preached that. Dante is a huge fan favorite. We saw what he did against Mississippi State last year. Tyty gets it to the rim and in, but you've got to be able to produce on both ends. Here's Wheeler to Tyty Washington for 3.
Great stroke and a good find by Wheeler, and that's what he does.
Cats have drawn up. Grady will inbound. 3.2 remaining. Tyty Washington will heave. And off the front of the rim. Cats shoot 50. Tyty Washington forces the steal. Wheeler feeds him. And a step through and awkwardly off the bottom of the rim. And Grady to have a guy who could really stretch the defense like Frederick, who was so good from perimeter at Iowa.
Yeah, Tom, you're right. The options it would have given Kentucky to play Grady.
So then we'll be in Oxford for now number 12 Ole Miss taking on Vanderbilt, 7:30 Eastern. On the SEC Network and available on the ESPN app.
Conference play. But they do hang their hats on defense. Dan Eagleson said we want to play faster, and that doesn't necessarily always mean only 16 minutes. But he's a guy that can get you big buckets when he has to in big games.
72 to 48. Oscar
coach though. See, if I want to get 20, then it's in the coach's mind, and the coaches kind of leave you longer than they probably would.
That's right.
They probably left him about 2.5.
By Rasheem Dunn. Wheeler, drive and kick. Washington on a floater, nothing but the bottom of the net. Kentucky up by 6.
Pretty basketball. You know, Mike, you talked about those minutes, but they don't have that many minutes of playing together as you see that nice finish by Tyty Washington. And so even
going for the steal, almost forced a turnover. Shot clock at 4. There's a steal by Washington. Washington on the finish.
Nice. Love that energy, that effort. Don't happen overnight. But his ability to block shots is something that Coach Cal talked about, and we've seen that earlier today.
Baseline jumper is wet. 8 points already for Tyty. Jumper from the baseline. Around and down for Matt Myers. Washington. No. Shibwe. Kick to Wheeler. Got it. Beautiful.
I think Molinar is one of the most exciting players in all of college basketball if you haven't seen him yet. And I'll do a little bragging on this league. The last 3 NCAA tournaments, 21.
But Keon Brooks can really guard 1 through 4 and sometimes 1 through 5.
Washington from the corner off the mark. Rebound reeled in that.
Michael Green the third.
Washington, the most decorated recruit in this Kentucky class, and that's one of the things he does so well. Great body control.
Changes though with Xavier Wheeler out of the basketball game. Much more half court, not quite as fast as they usually play. Basketball game. Much more half court, not quite as fast as they usually play.
Washington is going to play a lot of the point. And
it's on this basketball team.
A 7'4" wingspan to go with that 40+ inch vertical leap. Washington kind of muscled on his way to the hoop, and that
Schmidt and Tyty Washington, number 3 for Kentucky. Brooks guarded well by Banchero. Washington has to force it. Davidson transferred, scored over 2,000 points for Bob McKillop. Washington's got to get a shot on. He does. Boy, and Shibwe just checking back into the game now for the Blue Devils. Washington. Another offensive rebound for Shibwe. Nice pass. Tyty Washington with Trevor Keels on him. 2 really talented freshmen. Tough shot. What a rebound by Roach. And guess who gets the rebound? Who else but Shibwe?
That's his 6th offensive rebound. That's helping to keep Kentucky just a possession down, now just a point down because extra possessions that Oscar Tshiebwe is getting.
Moore now with 80, hasn't missed a shot. Washington for three. Well, Tshiebwe almost had another one, but that was moved.
That's a good point. Is Theo John's a lane protector and Mark Williams is a rim protector?
Ware misses on the follow, and now Duke looking to run.
Boy, what an easy. It's got an offensive foul, so that's a pretty mature play to come back and make that type of play.
Washington sneaks inside, and he knocks it down. This is high-level stuff at both ends.
Yeah, Kentucky playing much more. But it's not like Kentucky's turned the ball over a ton. They haven't. But every time they've turned it over, Duke's capitalized.
Deion Brooks flies in for the follow.
Oh, what a great up and down game. These teams are really playing hard.
Washington knew he missed it, followed it, and as a result, nobody's back.
Kentucky, when they operate out of the middle of the floor, is getting some good things because Tshiebwe just drags the defense with him. Good offensive rebound. And what a game Trevor Keels is having. You know, on Get Up this morning with Mike Greenberg, we were talking about Duke, and Paolo Banchero was a big topic of conversation. But I think I had said to Mike Greenberg, you know, we could.
Tshiebwe didn't want to take the shot. The length of Williams was there. Washington gets the bounce.
Exhibition matchup about a week ago, 95-72. Tempo is up, scoring is up. The opening tap controlled by Big Blue Nation. Tyty Washington, first bucket of the night.
He plays with such a mature.
In recent years, because it doesn't seem like it, right? I mean, I'm kind of shaking off the basketball rust for a moment. Corner three. Washington buries it. He's got a good outside shot, doesn't he?
Yeah, very first look at the backup point guard. When we talked about combinations, it's Washington.
His overall size impressed me, and not height necessarily, but he does
8 before that miss. But of those 7 makes, they've come from 5 different players.
Washington off the mark with the floater. The rebound controlled.
Hey, in that NCAA tournament.
That's a great point. Push a lot of those memories out. Washington off the mark right before the horn.
That you get the ball in the middle of the floor.
Miles College has 9 turnovers so far in the first half, leads by 5. Washington off glass. And rebound controlled by Hooker. In Knoxville against 18th ranked Tennessee. That's at 7, followed by Louisiana Tech. And number 14 Alabama from T-Town at 9. Right here on SEC Network.
I'm anxious to see Kennedy Chandler. For Kentucky Wesleyan, they had 78 possessions. They only had 2 games all of last year that they had 78 or more possessions, and one of those was a 2 overtime game against Mississippi State. How about the fact that everybody are behind us and around us are Nazi. Yeah. I mean, that's what playing at Kentucky's all about.
Tyty Washington, sweet finish, a patient move down the bench. Rucker connects, and the lead is down to 8.
Tough shot with confidence. See, that's a hard look.
If you're Coach Cal, does part of you not necessarily like the fact that you've been tested, but maybe on some weird coaching level, you kind of do because of what's ahead?
I think maybe that, but we're in a 3-possession game, upset alert.
Yeah. You already mentioned the word bubble in the first half. It made me uncomfortable. Tyty Washington will make opposing defenses uncomfortable.
Division I, just college basketball experience on the roster this year for Kentucky. Up ahead to Tyty Washington. That one was nearly 94 feet. The connected transition. Mid-striving kick. Washington
really good.
Sticks it.
Yeah, really good offense, Kevin, to get the ball reversed one time, get it hard. You know, I watched Tyty Washington. When he takes it out, the play's probably coming to him.
Yep,
there
here
it
he
is.
Off the curl cut. He's still got a sweet-looking jumper. He could score all 3 levels.
He's a very humble kid. I mean, he was almost surprised that you see him shoot the passing gap.
He could score like that, too.
Yeah, but he was almost surprised when Cal first called him in the spring. He took a screen. Floppy action again off the baseline for Washington. Makes them pay.
Yep, this time he sticks it.
Kevin, different guys can be the out-of-bounds under guy for Kentucky. They're going to play off the high post touch of Shibwe. Now there's more of a 5-out look for Kentucky, but there's the Washington again coming off of just kind of a pin down, screen away action, then win.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's all about.
We're going to discover that at some point this year.
There
Washington drills it.
Win-win.
Well, bang, bang on that three, right? Collins, size advantage. Washington, no hesitation, drains another.
The ball does not surprise Tyty Orbit. You take good coaching and you move on and you get better.
Boy, that's really neat. Again, there's value, as we mentioned before, in this matchup for both teams. And you see...
Ayer metió 4 triples para meter a su equipo a la semifinal. Hoy ya lleva 2. Xavier Wheeler acorralado. Tyty Washington para Oscar Shibwe.
Dentro de la pintura, trabajar de alguna manera, confundir a esa defensa. Aquí vamos a ver, ve la transición rápida que hace la defensa de Tennessee. Y ahora sí,
el
ahí
alley-oop
está.
hasta arriba y le pone. Wheeler en drible y dejándose atrás. Su rival se animó a tirar la colada. Será y lo fue. Así de cruel, pero todavía hay algo. Tyty Washington, robo de balón, la coladita para adentro, puntos. Y Brooks sacando la cara por su equipo.
Where the board. Wheeler, 16-footer, got it.
That's that balance you were talking about, Tom. He goes in with that terrific speed.
Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric.
For those of you that were watching LSU's overtime victory here at the end of this half and the beginning of the second half to even get back in the game.
4 stops, and then you've got to force misses and then rebound them. But as you just talked about, if Shibwe adds that to his...
Kentucky's had an answer each time Florida's made a push. Let's see if they can do so again. Shibwe off the feed from Washington.
That's a good answer to have. Get something with Oscar in the pick and roll, perhaps.
Shibwe, 17-footer, and he buries that one too.
Pick and pop.
He's got all but 2 of the Kentucky points in this half.
Doing some work. He's got the 6 points. He and Ole Miss shooting 50% from the field, but that's their 6th turnover.
Wheeler, unconventional, but it went through. And it feels like, without looking at the stats, Kentucky...
No, the check is in the, or the invoice is on the way, I should say. Tyty had empty corner and pops to the empty corner. Really well done. And Cal is so good in the second half with his play call. UKIT tournament. Yep. The head coach at the time he was playing for, Bob Knight. And what a seal by Shibwe. Calipari comes out of the timeout. Calls a number of 30 run up. He can deliver.
But you're so right on with the gratitude. There he is. He can stretch it now from 18 from Lubumbashi, Democratic Republic of the Congo.
On their home floor with a 15-1 this year. Bote lost the handle. Kentucky looking to run. Xavier Wheeler out in front. Got it. His first point. Nice break off the turnover. Path and averages over 12 a game. Tyty Washington normally about 13 a game too. Here's Xavier Wheeler off the window. Don't think he called that, but he'll take it.
Fred, they'll touch it.
And Washington, nice defense, good hands ahead to Keon Brooks with the lay-in. Brooks has been big in the second half. 8 points in the half, and this is the biggest.
Up on, he's got a black sleeve on that leg, but he's practiced all morning as Oscar Shibwe gets things going, and Kentucky out to a 2-0 lead.
Just goes right at the terrific off the bounce to the mid-range game.
Wheeler, that one goes. Made a couple of shots in his last game after having an 0 for 19 already. That got John Calipari off the bench and earned him a technical. Jacob Toppin, the other guy that was injured for Kentucky, available, and he knocks down his first shot.
Kentucky has a top 5 off.
Here's the second attempt, and the second one that finds all net.
Long time at the college level.
Gators have won 7 of 9. And again, down 11-6 early here at Rupp. Sheboy, it's going to go in. That's what Cal was telling him all morning. He looks to his bench and says, see?
Last night, the UConn.
5th turnover. Wheeler. Good pass on the baseline. Keon Brooks. Oh, they're turning the turnovers into quick.
Pass-off zone is all it is.
Again, no Jacob Toppin available. That's a good pass inside. Sheboy laid it up and laid it in.
Yeah, there wasn't much room to throw it away from.
Odd shots taken that late. Shackelford and then J.D. Note as Alabama at home survived by a point. Good dish. That's a flush. Left wide open. Oscar Sheboy on the baseline.
And it looks like the drought is over.
And they're up by 14. And watch out. He's got Sheboy on the left. Washington on his right. Oh, that'll bring the crowd to his feet. The alley-oop from Washington to Sheboy. He's dragging a little bit right now. The alley-oop works to Sheboy.
That empty corner, ball screen action by Kentucky is lethal.
To the basket. Sheboy that time went straight up, and he blocked it. No foul called.
Bad shots get blocked.
Alley-oop. They found Keon Brooks. He put up that right hand, and Frank Martin. Kushner down low. Levesque. Good look. Sheboy ahead, and Washington found him for the flush.
Tyty Washington goes by Rojas. There's a lob and a flush.
Making plays over the top of Alabama. Kentucky talked about it, their shooter.
Kentucky salting away what will be a comfortable win on the road thanks to a sensational defensive effort. Sheboy's got the exclamation point with the double-double again.
Not this time, and down with the rebound, Tyty Washington.
Good box out by Washington against a great rebounder in Christian Brown. Strength.
Washington pushing.
Good pass.
Good fake. Boy, that is just perfect from John Calipari's perspective. And Bill Self
got an arm bar right into his side, and that's tough to play against, but you have to be stronger.
Wow, what a nifty bounce pass from Tyty Washington to Lance Ware.
And because he used a little shot fake, really you just run some of your man stuff against it and make it adjust.
Grady. I don't know that anybody in the college game today can turn.
It's still pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit more range. That's out to about 17, 18 feet for the big fella.
John Calipari is looking at him.
And strips. First turnover. Tyty Washington going the other way with a lob underneath.
And who's there? Oscar. The floor point does he get up and down? You know, noticing.
Player out of Lancaster, Texas. Washington drops a dime himself to Toppin.
Kind of the same offense, both ends.
And a turnover. Grady again.
Another great hand play by Tyty Washington to make that catch.
And give him an assist on the three from Mintz. Howe got that pass through, but eventually stolen away.
Thought Brooks was going to get the first one, but he got the second one.
And the right guy in the right spot for the three for Kentucky.
Balls around Oscar, he gets it.
Wheeler for three. And it's been that kind of an afternoon.
And with Jaden Ivey and Travion Williams and Zach Edey, Sasha Stefanovic, you know, they're legit.
And another three, this one for...
That's going to put you in rotation.
Loose basketball, Washington up ahead. Grady lays it in.
Those are just killer turnovers. He's got a ton of ability.
He gets screened. Washington. Oh, he just allowed that to develop, and Sheboy with another bucket.
Just a beautiful pocket pass.
Miles Studi get going on the offensive end for Vandy. It's got to stay up with Kentucky. 4 to shoot. This is Brooks. He's got to hoist it. Keon Brooks from deep.
Yeah, it gives a different look, but Keon Brooks wide open in the middle.
There he is. He attacks, lays it up, count it, and the foul.
Brooks just completely discarded.
Look, that's a breakup. You know, you're going into a party. You know your ex is about to be there. You're going to be professional, mature about it.
There's Sheboy. Look, it can get a little icy.
Kevin Fitzgerald, you got like 17.
Exactly what Georgia needed. So expect more Washington and Mintz at the point. Maybe Grady as well. You can expect plenty of touches inside for Oscar Sheboy. That's Kentucky more than he has previously this year.
Georgia's got to be careful, though. Kentucky intentionally trapping a little bit, pressing some to get the tempo their way.
Oh, Sheboy. How about that pass? Showed you earlier, the Bulldogs defeated Kentucky a season ago, last January. Last time Georgia toppled Kentucky in back-to-back games was 18 years ago. It's been a little sad. Top-in pass. Washington to Sheboy. That one rolls through from 15. Sheboy hit this one earlier. And a similar rattle and down. He's got 12.
To be
in a sense. A couple of his former players. That was a wild layup that time from O'Quindo. Remember what Tyrese Maxey. Oh, look at this. Keon Brooks!
The roll with Tyty Washington.
O'Quindo forced it, and look how quickly this develops. Washington, a blur. Flips to Grady, right to the rack for two more. And Kentucky has its largest lead of the day.
Well, I'm pulling for him. I don't know what where he is on the depth chart, but he's a scholarship. He's a scholarship player, and he's about to get himself a national championship ring.
There's Sheboy. Boy, very, very supportive. Josh Taylor, seldom used off the bench with a bucket. Georgia needs a couple of stops. That's not going to help. Keon Brooks steps into the 15-footer. An empty possession on this side. Mintz for three.
I know they don't shoot a lot of them, but when they
jump good.
Good. So, yeah, he's been a phenomenal asset to this Kentucky team. You know, and also a big part of the presentations of name, image, likeness.
Cheers to the many. Emily Miles at South Carolina moving on. Adam Kuffner at Ole Miss. We've lost a few good ones. Here's Mintz. Drills it from deep. Davion Mintz having a specimen. Best rebounder has been out since early December. Look at Washington just rip it away. Lance Ware to the bucket. No Cam McDowell, no Dalen. Sheboy setting the screen. Is this assist number 15 coming maybe?
There it is.
Yep. One more to the record. John Wall had 16 back in 09. Picked Washington's pocket, but he couldn't cash in.
Well, here's your chance.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been the record.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Congratulations to Tyty Washington. Of 10 newcomers this year. 30 seconds. Washington to Sheboy. 17 assists.
Will Wade and his staff have done a really good job of putting together a great pass. It's just an excellent duck in and a great angle by Oscar Sheboy in the post. Light from out there. He shoots 37% from three. That's his fourth three on the year.
Alley-oop. That worked out well. Great pass from Washington to Ware.
Well, you have to stay with your main guard. And when Kentucky runs that little set, the screeners just have to screen their own man because they're switching it.
Largest lead of the night for Kentucky. Different look for LSU this year. And Brady's got three in the second half.
Great baseline runner, excellent.
Any energy will be lacking for anybody in the building.
Well, standing ovation when he came out, every time he came out, just to say hi to a lot of the crowd. Easy sheet again for Kentucky.
Well, Sheboy
more. Now what's nice for him, he's got a veteran in Wheeler that can handle the ball a lot of the time. But Tyty plays at his pace, which is a great pace. An assist there because Grady can
shot in traffic, and Toppin goes top floor for the rebound. Here comes Mintz on the run out. Don't sleep on Davion Mintz, who was such a key player for Kentucky last year.
Try to put two bodies if you can and see if another Kentucky Wildcat can have a big night rebounding, except for Sheboy, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, that's interesting as Grady knocks down another. Used as he felt like a glorified JUCO coach with all the turnover now in college basketball.
Jamie Dixon, who's
Dixon,
one of the better coaches in college basketball. Jamie just.
Washington angles it inside. Sheboy off the magic square and in.
Mike, keep an eye on
those who at age 15 everybody had as one of the top players in America. It took a little time, a little polish. Boy, did he turn out to be a good one. Sheboy on his own. Meanwhile, bombs away for High Point, but they've been chilly from behind the arc. 6 of 17. That man has not been chilly. Sheboy
looking for his teammates, but also being assertive for himself. And they are playing team basketball lately.
Brazil lost it. Grady for three. Grady, the SC.
Dennis Rodman type, just his ability to stay incredibly active, time it around the glass.
That's a typical off-balance three. The second triple for
Grady's not ready to shoot.
Three goes.
Some do it at Creighton. Bringing it to Lexington.
Go unnoticed, I guess, but he's got that three-stroke working.
He sure does. And he's not a bad defender in watching him today. Look at the bench.
Oh, he's feeling it from right there.
Cal, you're this kid.
Back a couple days later, gave him the scholarship, and the rest is history. He embodies North Carolina basketball, but now he wants to give opportunities the same way.
Scored over 1,600 points for Coach Smith was game that they have had.
And they got McCoy on the floor. He's expecting big things from him as the year progresses.
Kentucky might get to 100 if they keep playing like they're playing right now.
Tribute as well. Shot clock at 9. Wheeler through the paint. And back out for Sheboy. He can knock that shot down.
Well, he's a good mid-range shooter. That was not his game at West Virginia, but he's in the left wing, and Leshewski did not hesitate.
Great athletic family. Bounced inside for two more for the big guy. Sheboy for the basket.
That ball.
And they got blown out by BC. BC expected to finish last in the ACC. Tough pass, but guess what? To the right man, Sheboy for two more.
He's not going to be able to stop that. If you let him get
7.
A little 2-3 zone right now for Notre Dame. Just give a little different look to Kentucky.
Brooks with a turn in the lane for 2.
Smart play to get it into the middle and no hesitation from.
Typifies who you are.
Oh, Kevin's, he's a jewel. It's amazing what a crispy $100 bill will do for
A slam by Sheboy. You got to be impressed with his game.
Oh, it is. It's
coming in. This right now is the best league in college basketball.
There's no question, and we knew Keon Brooks, that is a shot right there.
That'll give another opportunity for Kentucky on the offense. Sheboy with an and one. Oscar Sheboy racking up rebounds and
we'll see now if don't really see Kentucky have an advantage anywhere other than that. Great timing.
Washington defers to Grady, back to Tyty, angles it in to Sheboy like taking candy from a baby when he gets that kind of position down. Brooks gets it up top. This is Grady. Into the hands of Washington. Down low to Sheboy, who's been a one-man wrecking crew for much of this game.
And here's the tempo. Tyty Washington. Xavier, pull-up jumper is perfect. Boy, what a half he has, going with 7. Making shots, sitting right around 40%. Sheboy, free throw line, got it.
Basket by Sheboy.
Awesome about it. See, this is why I love this Kentucky team, man. Two shooters. All right, Dante Allen, right, had some great shooting games last year.
Grady. 1 for 3 in the first half was Grady. That was a 3-point shot. And a good start for Keon Brooks Jr. Now with 6 points, 3 out of the floor, and it'll be Kentucky. Good effort by the Cats. Tyty Washington, 3-on-3.
Without. Just how Cal down with that kind of length. You can't get around him. You better ball faking because you're not shooting it over him. Good find.
Grady knew it. Vanderplas. 8-point advantage for the Bobcats. Washington alley-oop pass. And there is Collins off his pogo stick.
The fight in the middle of the ring. Cal hasn't been tempted to play Sheboy.
Brooks. Keon Brooks loves that mid-range game. Replacing Jason Preston. Their point guard from a year ago was a second-round pick of the Clippers. Keon Brooks putting on a mid-range clinic. 5 minutes into the second half, it remains a close game here at Rupp Arena. Washington drive and dish. Brooks. Keon Brooks, one of the best.
And number 9 will be on the bubble.
Right. It'll be another just jam-packed year for a league that's had 21 bids in the last 3 years. Keon Brooks is flirting.
Rebounds a game. Cal said I was going to push him and suggest 22, but then I thought, 20's pretty good. Here's Wheeler with the step through and off the glass. Good finish by Wheeler. His goal attempts. Here's Benjamin in the paint. And it's denied and taken away. Bryce Hopkins with the steal. Tyty pushes. Dante Allen for 3. They'll call it a deep 2 for now.
Great. Now that has opened up the lane and the driving opportunities for both Tyty Washington and Wheeler. Go. Bingo.
Shooter shoot.
Yep. Quick.
It's actually averaged close to 16 points and 9 rebounds per game, known as a shooter.
Washington whips it into the corner. And there's the difference this year. Keon Brooks probably wouldn't.
So important. Auburn, Arkansas, Tennessee. It's going to make a difference.
There's no doubt. And you and I have watched the evolution of the home court advantage in this league. Beautiful alley-oop pass. That's Tyty.
But he missed the 3. Washington. And now a corner 3 for Davion Mintz.
Much better, but they have really fought and competed.
Didn't see C.J. Frederick tonight, coming back from a knee injury. Terrific shooter, transfer from Iowa. He will be a factor, obviously, as Sheboy lays it in.
Wheeler will push tempo. And a wide open look. Can he drain it? Yes, he can. Again, a good sign. Wheeler attacking. And Kentucky back in front for the first time since it was 2-0.
Played on the same team with him. He can just get to the rim on anybody, and it's special going into the Hall of Fame with guys that I came into college with.
I wanted to ask, do you have a special? I want to think about that finale, March 5th, home game against Carolina.
Wow.
Can you get me a ticket?
If you got about 5 G's on you, as Jacob Toppin slams it home.
I don't even think that will snap.
And it is his time to shine. Here's the lob. And the finish! And how did Toppin throw that one down?
Again, a great find.
Kentucky has really emphasized throwing ahead in transition. Oh, beautiful feed, Washington to Ware. And you know what? Lance Ware deserved to score on that possession. It's just going to grow into that alpha dog role for Kentucky as the season goes on. I realize Brooks is wide open. And that's recognition by Washington to understand who's got the heel off on the inside against bigger guys. He's a fighter.
Well, I think Drew Cooper makes you a purer bucket that time. I think Drew Cooper has found where quite a bit.
Affected that shot, did Sheboy. Bounced around right into the hands of Cruz. A little Euro step in the lane, that won't go. And Tyty Washington out to Wheeler. Alley-oop to top.
Shot clock is turned. Placer back the other way. Hendrickson. Catch and shoot. No good. Hendrickson needed to have a big night tonight if this North Florida team was going to hang with Kentucky. Struggling with just 3 points. Hendrickson tries again, and he hits the deck. No whistle. It looked like Collins just took him to the deck. Loose ball and that from his waist. Hendrickson can't get that to go. Ooh. Washington misses, gets it back, knocks him to run. Again, no Davion Mintz tonight. He is out with an illness. So the bench a little bit shorter. Off to Perry. Over Hopkins, too strong. Tyty. Back the other way now. Grady, pull up 3 on the way. No good. Washington trying to get it going here in the second half. Gets his own miss. Maybe that'll get him started. Now up to 15 points to lead everybody for Kentucky. That won't go for Justin Neely. Here comes Tyty Washington.
Another quick shot, one pass possession by Albany.
So Rudy kicks it to Neely. That won't go. Washington the rebound. He now has 6 of those. Also 3 assists. Will take it himself.
Picked up by Washington. Weaving. Misses no. Follow up yes. Tyty Washington, the most heralded of this talented freshman class.
And if Kentucky will have trouble guarding 5 seconds on offense and 20 on defense.
Quick trigger that time by Vander Plas. 8-point advantage for the Bobcats. Washington alley-oop. Carter. Kick to the corner for an open 3. Not that time. Long rebound. Chased down by Washington. Hopkins basically playing the 4. Trying to take advantage that time. An air ball, though, by Carter. Here comes Washington gliding in the front court. Finds Wheeler. Wheeler this game. 49 from the field, 45 from 3, and 82 from the line. Another 3 fired up by the Bobcats. Washington.
Roll with this particular roster.
Nice pass inside, but blocked by Kentucky. Might have been Grady who got his hands on it from behind. Clock at 10.
Love the run and jump, though.
Sears gliding, firing, no. Vander Plas, no. Vander Plas again, no. Final shot, good if it goes.
The dot offensive team. I think Cal wants to take them out of being so organized.
Tough shot, great defense by Shibwe. Great footwork by the big man. Brown, 7 on the shot clock for Brown. Working on Wheeler. Drive and kick, 3 on the way from Schmock. Air ball, rebound Washington. Here's Mintz. Stops right at Madison Square Garden. Let's see if Ohio has a run left in them. This would be the guy. Oh, but that time no legs on the shot for Vander Plas. Missed everything.
With 10 second half rebounds.
Long 3 by Mintz. And Washington throws it off across.
Have a double-double in his first 3 games. Randall had a double-double in his first 7 to start the 2013-14 season. Pretty good company. Great challenge at the rim by Davion Collins. He's running the floor. And before Tyty could get it to him, they walked with him.
Exactly, though, what John Calipari in 3 shots. Only 16 minutes. But he's a guy that can get you big buckets when he has to in big games.
72 to first.
Going in on Collins. Shot is altered by Shibwe on the help. Here's Collins.
going to work.
Garrison Brooks, Iverson Molinar, Cameron Matthews is continuing to pick up his game. I think healthy, once they get everyone healthy, they're going to be one of the more dangerous teams in the SEC.
I think Molinar is one of the most exciting players. (96-56). Big Blue up by 40.
We have talked about him, another tremendously talented freshman in Trevor Keels, who is out of Clinton, Maryland. An empty first possession, and now back come the Wildcats.
Turnover. Again, trying to do too much off the bounce.
Tyty Washington, the only starter still on the floor for Coach Cal's club this year.
And speaking of defense, I think Cal's talking about guarding the arc, because Miles was 7 for 8 before that miss. But of those 7 makes.
See, that's at 7, followed by Louisiana Tech and number 14 Alabama from T-Town at 9. Right here on SEC Network.
I'm anxious to see Kennedy Chandler. Well, it just seems like Kentucky has finally got the fight back in the middle of the ring.
Davis, another miss. Largest
The only mistake that Tyty Washington's parents made was the name that they give him. I told him that today. You should have named him Win-Win.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's all about.
See the patience, though, the first 10 seconds, really not in a hurry to get anything done. They want to get Kentucky leaning and get anxious a little bit.
And a travel on Tyty Washington. Turnover, Kentucky.
So you take
away, saves it for Grady. Up ahead, Washington.
Ooh, that was a walk.
It was. He had it on his hip.
Yep.
Double dribble. Another Kentucky turnover.
Fíjate que interesante, los dos equipos jugando con una defensiva personal, siendo un poco más disciplinado el equipo de Tennessee. Hablábamos de esas transiciones.
Plavsic con todo el poderío sacando la ventaja de esos 7 pies, el único jugador que tiene esas medidas. Washington se apresura y se emocionó con la canasta que había anotado previamente.
Drive. Air ball from the rim. Another board for Oscar. Push ahead. Top it up. Got a 42.5 vertical, but didn't have the hands to pull it in.
Scottie Pippen Jr., he's coming through this evening.
Good denial on the wing. Studi lost the handle on it. Pippen.
Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric.
For those of you that were watching LSU's overtime victory.
So good at making you pay for bad shots, and Brakefield made a bad decision to drive it with nowhere to go.
Washington got it stripped. Came up with his own miss.
Mintz dribbled himself into a near turnover. Washington's on the floor. So is Ziegler, and here comes James. No timeout call. That's what Calipari wanted. Is unmatched. Washington ran out of room and a turnover. And this is the polar opposite of the first meeting. Kentucky. Wheeler went to his left, and a good job by Chandler. Tennessee's defense with their feet, and now their hands have been terrific. And one of the leading steal guys in the country. Ooh. Grady. Washington, Grady, Keon Brooks is the unsung hero here, and Oscar Sheba.
There is some talk right now about eliminating the jump ball to start games. The talk?
He should be the first option, John Calipari tells his Wildcats.
Floater, Washington, charge. Shebo's ability to grab rebounds in traffic all season long. He's got 3. And a turnover for Kentucky, and this place is going bonkers.
From the floor, the SEC 5th best in the country in field goal percentage. Tyty Washington with the dish. It's turned over. Tom, when you attack Alabama off the bounce, they attack you. They pull. Another miss from 3. That was an air ball. Kentucky had a 6-0 run. Where's that going? To my point, how many guys can make a pass from 52 feet? Not very many. Fantastic Alabama defense. Tyty Washington threw it away. Tom Leach was open. That was about it. He's the radio guy.
Scoop for you. The only teammate to outscore Michael Jordan in a single season. That was back in 04. That's the Wizards' Michael Jordan.
You know, that's a great thing to put up there, except I hope Mike didn't see it because he's going to come back out.
It's like this with your team down by 17, but a little life now for Kansas. And another turnover. Abaji.
Yeah, I think it was out on Diarra.
Might have gotten a break there. Well, doesn't matter. Ball don't lie, and neither does Henry Coleman. Washington tries to thread the needle inside to Toppin, but it goes out of bounds.
Off the back of the iron, saved by Kamwa, but into the hands of Wheeler, and the Cats are running. Washington. Oh, and what a play by Vescovy to take away.
And have his.
Into the game, Jemai Mashak, and it's tipped up and in by Uroš Plavčić.
Jemai Mashak is going to be a good player. Athletic from California.
Kentucky's second leading scorer, averages nearly 14 a game.
Top 5 in the league in assists as well. Just Shibwe just looking to go to the glass. Thought he was going to shoot it. After losing to Missouri, in this league, you have to protect your home court. It is so hard to win on the road.
Pippen Jr. with the steal. Lay it up there with both hands.
You give him credit. He took it hard.
Look at Pippen, that quick burst to the rack. You know, it's odd to say a 27-point game maybe overshadowed, but that
Rim, then from deep. Mintz with his eyes up. Oh, just a little confusion. Brooks went that way. Washington threw it the other way. John Calipari mentioned this. It's an opportunity that Tyrese Maxey, that Jamal Murray had in the past. A little more natural two guards, getting the chance to run the offense a bit as the one.
Primary ball handler, that takes him a little bit away from being a scorer and having that scorer's mentality. He's got to run the team.
Yeah. Back-to-back turnovers for Kentucky. So the Wheeler impact offensive efficiency goes. They're amongst the best in the country. Giving up just 55 a game, and there is a near turnover, and it is.
Well, they force turnovers, they get deflections that long.
Year with the program on a special day at Rupp Arena. They'll play on with the buzzer sounding for shot clock violation. And then turnover there that time.
Rebounding mark, rebounding record for a single game, I should say. The most rebounds in a game by a Kentucky Wildcat in nearly 46 years.
More rewarding.
It's been rewarding for you going the other way.
Well, different strokes, different reasons.
Staff here at Southbound.
It's an important last stretch. Kentucky can stretch this lead out a little bit going into halftime if they're efficient.
Notre Dame win.
But that's college basketball. You know, the default call is always a charge when it should be a block.
Big momentum here for the
Coach Cal and the staff earlier today at shoot-around. They are completely healthy, really for the first time this year. They had some injuries. They had some players sick a week or two ago, but they've got a full complement. That's this game.
That's Tyty Washington right there. Oh!
And that's an offensive foul. Nice defense that time by Southern. I believe that's
Grady the rebound. Careless turnover by Kentucky. That's 9 turnovers by Kentucky. Here's a takeaway. Cerruti, a transfer from Division II.
Washington, the inbounder. And he turned it over. Carter read that one all the way.
See, that's freshman mistakes on two ends. The inbound pass.
Washington lost it. A lot of dribbling. Coughed it up. Here comes Vanderplas.
Man advantage. Kentucky awfully stagnant in this set.
Washington, that just bobbled out of bounds. He lost the handle.
And an unforced error on.
Had to work for it, though.
Yep.
Alley-oop! You had two Kentucky players collide with one another.
Off the bounce as he did that time. But if you're a teammate of a guy that likes to make assists, run the floor, find openings, and I believe Wheeler will find it.
We'll see Damian Collins later in this game.
You know, good play by Wheeler, Tom. This is what I do like, that he made the interception, or he stole the basketball, and then he hit ahead. It was a bad play by Tyty Washington to go out of bounds. But again, Wheeler doesn't.
Great challenge at the rim by Damian Collins. He's running the floor. And before Tyty could get it to him, they walked with him.
Exactly, though, what John Calipari.
That's about right. Figure I can take a step every day. Sheboy playing a lot of minutes tonight. Here's a lob to Collins.
When you talk about over half the league, coach has been to the Final Four. You got Final Fours, championships, pros, but right now you've got a hungry and hostile Robert Morris team battling on the road. Well, Robert Morris just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. You think about the Kentucky Wildcats coming off of that loss, and you talked about the stretch that they have. And that's what we mean right there when we say these guys are still getting to know one.
Modest in this game, but he has outplayed his numbers. He has been an important player for Kentucky here in the first half.
Important minutes. Well, they called that on Tyty Washington.
Yeah.
You got Duke and Kentucky. Coach K's last season in Durham, and he gets Coach Cal game one. I mean, that's a heck of a way to start a season.
One word: electric. Yeah. The game, he can only remember the sting.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to only have 12 losses in my 3 years, and I remember those 12 losses like they were yesterday. I see Mount.
Rebound by Ware. Oh, Ware has looked good. 55 and white. He's run the floor well. Washington whistled for the offensive foul. Really good defensive play there.
Tennessee. 5 para el disparo, amaga el drible, la vuelta, acorralado, buena defensa. Kennedy Chandler.
He is really smart in the way he positions himself, especially on the offensive end.
That time Washington smothered the Thomas attempt. Brooks bounce pass to Mintz.
Plenty of time on the shot clock, 15. Pinson, there was some contact, no foul called. Washington creates some
A transfer from Division II Lockhaven College. On the wing now. Ball fake to the logo, and that one is rejected by Tyty Washington. Allowing opponents 63 points a game. Albany sitting here right now on 48 in the turnover, but Sheboy threw it right back to the Great Danes. It'll belong with Albany.
That wasn't crisp. Collins didn't really go get that ball.
5-point game. Backdoor cut, but erased by Tyty Washington.
Hacia afuera el balón. 10 para el disparo. Se tiene que apurar Kennedy Chandler contra Wheeler. Flotadora y casi le tapa el sable para un jugador del tamaño, de la estatura de Oscar Sheboy, y las esperanzas empiezan a agotar. 5 para el disparo, amaga el drible, la vuelta, acorralado, buena defensa.
Tampa in the SEC tournament with a double bye, along with Tennessee, Arkansas, and then the league champion Auburn Tigers.
Yes or no? Let's see where the money falls on. Pretty close. That's actually, that's a close one.
To get really good looks.
Largest deficit it's faced. For the shoot, Morrell launches.
Make a deposit, get some interest, don't let up. Get some money.
The lead down to 3 after that 3 by Wheeler, but immediately Note trying to get a shot up there. Tony tried to get
spot. Now they're understanding Kentucky of transition offense. Or try to guard yourself. I guess when you're shooting in the driveway, you try to play a little defense or pretend. How about that offensive?
Can any of the guards contain the other one so they don't get to the lane? Nope.
Diarra had it blocked away. Here's Ty.
Smart in the way he positions himself, especially on the offensive end.
That time Washington smothered the Thomas attempt.
Well, Kentucky wasn't able to capitalize, but yet another relatively easy opportunity.
Oh boy, the giveaway. It's
Tyty Washington saw him. And when you've got a big that runs like that, you must reward them as often as you can.
Lanky freshman, number 23 in the black. Hands off to Davis. And he starts to go to work. Pulls up. No. And there's
about points. He can make some high-flying plays. He'll get a stop, so you see how much Coach Cal expects of him there.
O'Neal twice a year. The better player was Christian Laettner in college.
So far in the ballgame, Paolo Banchero being guarded by Keon Brooks Jr. There's the finish. Brady, he is such a good shooter in catch-and-shoot situations. Well, you got to be impressed with the way Kentucky is.
5 to shoot. Davis has held the hot hand. Baseline, not there this time. 11 made threes in our first 20 minutes today. And Rucker travels.
Jordan, que habrá que poner mucha atención.
Ahí vemos al uruguayo Santiago Vescovi. Atención.
Hablabas de Euros Pavliks, el de Serbia, el jugador más alto entre los dos equipos, 2 metros por medio de 17 por partido, muy lejos de lo que nos tiene acostumbrados, pero bueno, lo mantuvieron en la banca más de la mitad.
Here's Robbins again. Tracked down, another offensive rebound. It's Jermaine Mann to Chapman. Pippen working on Mintz. Here's Pippen again. An air ball. That's what John Calipari. Studi did not make a bucket against Kentucky last time. He was looking for back-to-back. Over. Florida lost its opener against Texas A&M. Then the Aggies won again today. Studi short. Where the ball?
I don't like him refusing the ball screen. I thought he could have gotten it and gone to a strong hand.
Right, turns and fires. Bottoms.
And then took a few that he probably shouldn't have, but that one goes and gives him 8 points. And the lead continues to swell. Nice backside career points. A whole bunch of those came over 2,000 at Davidson before coming to Kentucky. Appleby hit his last 3, not this time. Maybe Florida, one more shot, but it won't be enough. That is the final shot.
I'm not sure Cal was in love with that attempt by Shibwe. More of a throw than anything. Okay to kick the ball out every now and then. To get really good looks. Largest deficit, it's spaced. 4 to shoot. Burrell launches.
By Santiago Vescovi. Rematch of a game that Kentucky won earlier, 107-79. Jimmy Dykes, Marty Smith alongside. That's a 3 from Josiah Duke.
That 3-guard lineup has been so good to Rick Barnes, whether it's Muscovy or Powell now in there with the 2 freshmen.
Chandler, no see on fire from the floor. And that ball is moving tonight. Another 3. University, he is certainly climbing the ladder as far as the guys that they want to take a shot late. Started with a Castleton jumper, and since then it's been all Kentucky.
Balance at all 3 parts on the floor in their offense.
McKissick, that one's up.
And Kentucky does. They got all the bullets.
Kick 3. Way off
speed, led by Shibwe, 34 in the middle. No post player in the country can get rim to rim faster than Shibwe. None.
Good ball fake and a 3.
The speed of Shibwe to get completely out in front of what was a very fast play. It's impressive.
0 run for Kentucky. Steal a spot.
Yeah, they're understanding Kentucky of transition offense. A couple weeks ago, Marty, his dad was a Pentecostal preacher, and he told his son when he was growing up, hard times are good for you. They drive you to God. And boy, Oscar's faith is more power than Oscar Shibwe. No one.
And I don't know who's in much better shape. He just wears you down. Bryant
Straight on three. Gets Kentucky, to me, a very tough team. Physically and mentally, they're built to handle.
Here's Shackelford behind the screen. Sheboy leads.
Kentucky, a good job of not getting cross-matched in their transition defense.
Quinterly to Shackelford.
And they're coming out with 2 up.
Quinterly shares it. Still nothing.
Brown credited for the offensive rebound.
Not the best offensive group that Vanderbilt will play.
3 ball from the corner, kicks off the iron twice, and this is a 4-point game. At times it's felt like Kentucky is dominated from the opening tip.
And we know.
Great job on the defensive end with that wingspan. Jasper all the way around the baseline, got it over to KD. Johnson.
Things up if he's got to slow this Kentucky team down. Kentucky, the fastest team in college basketball.
Radford on an open triple. Hits the back iron, and Tyty missing free throws. Sheboy has been relatively quiet.
And if you're A&M, you want to keep taking advantage of poor offense.
Really improved this season, the transfer from Georgia. Diarra on a 3.
Taylor, who has the basketball, came in. He was very aggressive. Tried to take it to the rim, get openings.
Diarra missed that one again. No timeouts. Here comes Williams, full throttle. Williams fires. Back iron.
Obi Toppin, great player, national player of the year at Dayton, and now with the New York Knicks.
Powell.
And they've let that stuff go this year, and it's made the game so much better.
James from the corner, and the threes are falling for the half.
The overwhelming majority of charges on secondary defenders are actually blocks, but the overwhelming majority are called charges. Kept out in transition, and you're going to be in transition if you get turnovers, then you're done.
Nice 2-man basketball between Vescovy and
speed everything up, but really smart moving without the basketball.
Well, you know, when he made the decision to come to Kentucky, he knew it would be a lesser role because he was the
time. Small guard, but can shoot it. He had 5 threes and 15 points against Arkansas in that great win. To the top, and he sealed off Man, and they just threw over the top of Jermaine Man to get that easy bucket.
Thomas can't stick the 3.
Actually, the second leading assist guy, and he's got a very good assist turnover ratio.
Good ball fake. Thomas rises. And
however, where's my camera? I got family in this one. Number 45, Georgia, Bill Norton, first cousin.
His rampage continues. Now 21 points. Here's Bauman. Washington.
Que haberle echado la sal.
Así pasa. Así sucede.
Like, it's not just effort, it's a skill.
And it's like magnets on those 2 huge paws. He never has one-handed rebounds, always going up with 2.
Lawrence downhill. That great touch. He ended up.
Sheboy, you just got to make it difficult on him.
Sloppy.
I don't like him refusing the ball screen. I thought he could have gotten it and gone to a strong hand.
The best. I remember first time I met him 4 decades ago, and I was doing Georgia Tech radio, and he was getting ready to play Georgia Tech, and he was not happy.
So I just got to play with them, and I just get up every day and just give it my best and say this is.
Text from Tom Izzo, right? normally Tom Izzo will respond about 3 hours. Within 2 minutes, he was like, "Man, you're with my guy."
Note, one-hander won't go.
25%, but
maybe shouldn't have hit that first one.
Exactly. That's what happens.
This guy's hit it from everywhere.
Now what a guy.
Off balance and fouled. Problem regarding this guy is he's got Steph Curry type range. There's a turnover instead, and out in front.
The outside shot. Get the ball to Williams. Let him touch it.
And Washington, nice defense, good hands ahead to Keon Brooks.
To the rim.
JD drops it off to Williams with a hook shot.
Well, he's already got his 10 points, and he's got 5 rebounds already for the double-double machine. Defense tight, 4. Stevenson, the Washington transfer, another pull-up. That one no good. And Brooks came down with a rebound.
Out of a timeout. Let your dribble handoff be blown up and give up an easy 2 when you had all the momentum in the building.
Oh, Kusnar got caught.
27 wins, won the regular season, won the SEC tournament. And to get Bediako for a hold after the Alabama turnover. 8 him against Gonzaga. Right off the block, it's 6 blocks against the Zags. And Gary slams it home after Tyty went for. Davison gets downhill, and Sheboy didn't block it, but he certainly impacted it.
About the rebounding, and with good reason. The numbers are extraordinary, but he's really taken the scoring up a notch as well. A turnover at the bench for KU. David McCormick has gone to the bench. Wilson with an aggressive drive, but he misses the runner. Kentucky's.
And give a lot of credit to Chris Beard, the current Longhorns coach, for spearheading that. Great move by Remy Martin. That's the quickness burst that.
They love to run this little high ball screen roll lob. Didn't lob it. Got it off the words, getting runouts. Jalen Williams in the lineup. Wendell Green.
Off the shot, 5 for 5, including a couple of threes by Grady. Chandler creates some space, wide right. Damian Collins back into
a painting of shoes out there, various colors, and I like it. Here's Cook with the floater.
Able to combat some of this switching is by bringing a cutter off and then looking directly into the post for a duck-in.
Murray again. That's a little short. Wheeler will try to run. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 15. Stinson. There was some contact. No foul called. Gave him problems.
They need him out there. He's an excellent defender. He's got 3-point range. Knocked down a couple of them already.
Knocks that one
long. Just under 16 rebounds a game.
He's got a chance to have a historical season if these rebound numbers
came back and actually took the lead. It was a game kind of runs, and then Kentucky blew it out in the second half. But, you know, teams aren't just going to lay down. It's just unbelievable what he's accomplished so far early in this season.
Wirtz with a quick step. A blow by and draws the foul. That's on Washington Jr. with the personal.
10th for his career.
And the other thing was, I know Kentucky right now 6 for 20 from the 3-point line, but they made 5 in the first there. But Hopkins, big, strong kid, can do the same. They'll kick it back out to Jose Blaser. Oh, straight to the block, being big. You can't miss him. If you miss Oscar Sheboy, you're just not trying to look. Okay, he'll settle it. Xavier Wheeler with his second layup. Now a takeaway. Xavier. Grady had a good second half on Monday night for Kentucky in their win against Albany. Boston's team from behind the arc. Little too. Xavier taking a seat now. Shot clock down to 1.
You can get pretty much any time you want.
Great play. Collins available tonight for Kentucky. C.J. Frederick, surgery this morning, but Jacob Toppin and Lance Ware both unavailable for this game.
This summer, he was the least heralded of the 3 recruits coming in, but blew the coaching staff away with his performance.
Castleton with a rejection. McKissick looking to run, and that should have been goaltending. It is.
You do in postseason.
Fagan misfires. Brooks.
Count it. And the foul. Inside for the slam.
He introduced Jimmy to that delicacy last night. He's still dealing with it mentally. Again, 5 on the shot clock, and Fleming's. Cal is yelling at Terry Oglesby to go over to the monitor. We have a great look at it. It appeared as if those heels were outside. 4 rebounds. Carter threw it up. Offensive rebound, put back up and in.
It is amazing.
Trouble getting it in bounds. They find Pippen with Mintz shadowing him. Now a couple of screens. It's Toppin guarding him. And there.
Who they came off with Grady on the other side. So that's what you take, kind of a Polaroid in your mind and say, okay, I know where they're coming. We'll get them next time.
That and just hounded all the way into front court.
And that's where Wheeler's better here than he was at Georgia. He's a better defender.
Chapman gets it to Melora. Rebounding stats.
Kellen Grady just turned around, looked right at us as if to say, can you believe this guy?
4 men away today. Wendell Green, the spark plug off the bench, gets it into Kessler, who missed him.
The only player in the SEC to put up that 3-number duo.
And he's a freshman.
Foul inside. That'll go against Washington.
Crossover. And throws it out of bounds, wide of the mark to Radford. Good defense by Kentucky.
I know everybody talks about the first.
And that'll be 7. There's Cash. And he's fouled on the giddy-up.
Stellar defender.
Yeah, he's battled some injuries and some difficulties throughout the course of the season, but I thought he was at his best against Colorado, where he's freshman and them having to learn a lot. He's got a maturity to his game that is uncommon, and he's complete. Smaller Thomas.
So now it's Wright improvising, lays it up. Offensive foul.
They ran that little baseline cut, got the duck in from Sheboy, and then Mintz was wide open in the corner.
Jermaine Mann lays it in.
What a huge 5 minutes here for Georgia. They've played such a good first half. Just have to keep Kentucky at bay.
Bridges heading to the line. Bridges waits for Eder to cut out of the paint and scores for Kentucky. Christian Wright. Bounce pass underneath. That's some nimble.
Bravo, Tyty Washington. A thing of beauty. He was a magician this evening.
Quindle.
For LSU.
And that shot by Kellen Grady should never happen for LSU. He's a no closeout player. You got to be. He comes into the game after the referees have gotten used to it a little bit.
Reed, big block there, and the ball turned over. Grady has a nightmare from the field so far. He's 0 for 7. Easy layup, no good. Followed by Fudge. He's fouled by Tyty. Milwaukee Wilkinson, that's too strong. Easton went up, grabbed the offensive rebound, laid it up and in.
Sheboy, when he's down that close, just try to rake it out of his hands down low.
Good backdoor cut right there. Because of the weapons they have on the offensive end, unlike probably when he was at Georgia, there were times he had to force shots. He doesn't have to force shots in a Kentucky.
Baycott trying to power one in there and drew the foul.
Might be Washington on the reach in.
Week when you got to play again the following Sunday. So here's Maddock off the window.
Good knock call too.
It's over in the paint and to give it up.
Great coverage. This defense has been suffocating.
There's a good look down. I don't know how that ball even got there. Nice pass.
In that way over the last couple years in SEC basketball. Reminds you of the late 90s SEC basketball, doesn't it, Mike Morgan?
I would say maybe even a little bit deeper. Your average 20, 21-year-old.
Now, he'd make a lot of money just offensive rebounding. Just rebounding in general.
Kentucky's going a little bit cold offensively here after an electrifying start. Reverse layup is no good.
They're going to have to take advantage, get up some shots, because Kentucky is going to rebound and run.
Offensive foul.
Vince missing his second game because of an illness. And for Brooks, was out here shooting before the game and didn't feel well. Apologies in the first half, mark-wise. I see where your head's at. Inside, tough shot, twisting, contorting.
150th currently. And he said, but we've got to pick and choose when we can run. It really starts with elite defense. Dakota LeFew, guarded by Wheeler. Got by him. He rarely gets bumped off his mark because he's got strong legs. Body is solid enough, so you don't just swipe him.
Back out to Flavors. Going in on Collins. Shot is altered by. We got here 2 hours before tip-off tonight, and the first guy out there shooting buckets was that man, Kellen Grady. It doesn't really have 3 guards that can play that position of point guard. And a foul that time.
Or does it? Yes, it does. Roach lays it in.
Hablabas de Uros Pavlic, el de Serbia, el jugador más alto entre los dos equipos, 2 metros.
Es decir, tiene que haber una mejor administración y de hecho Josiah Jordan James ahora ya también tiene el mismo problema. Así que lo van a
por medio de 17 por partido, muy lejos de lo que nos tiene acostumbrados, pero bueno, lo mantuvieron en la banca más de la mitad.
Studi did not make a bucket against Kentucky last time. He was looking for back-to-back. Right, turns and fires. Bottoms,
including Zakai Ziegler. That's going to be wide open. He won't miss many of those. The lefty from Uruguay knocks out.
That 3-guard lineup has been so good for Rick Barnes, whether it's Muscovy or Powell now in there with the 2 freshmen.
Chandler, nope.
The speed of Shibwe to get completely out in front of what was a very fast play. It's impressive.
Run for Kentucky.
Other than Wheeler and his perimeter shot, you have to guard everybody that Cal puts on the floor.
Bryant.
He's had a very, Kentucky to me, a very tough team. Physically and mentally, they're built to handle. Here's Shackelford behind the screen. Shibwe lead. Again, different set, run different things, come out one side. Here comes Pippen Jr. on the other side. Turn the corner.
Pippen. And this is a 4-point game. At times, it's felt like Kentucky is dominated from the opening tip.
And we know.
Defensive end. Bill Self is a huge Xavier Wheeler fan.
Just 5'9", but boy, has he been good for
Taylor, who has the basketball, came in. He was very aggressive. Tried to take it to the rim, get openings.
Diarra, Obi Toppin, great player, national player of the year at Dayton, and now with the New York Knicks. Powell, officially the second leading assist guy, and he's got a very good assist-turnover ratio.
Good ball fake. Thomas rises and
out of Keon Brooks, but he has improved his shooting, and his mid-range game is much better than last year.
There's Murray. He finds the bottom of it.
He's given him some problems, so he hasn't been able to talk much, which I'm sure has given Lorraine a little bit of a break, but that's it. We want to hear him back.
And the illustrious history of Kentucky basketball.
Off the curl. Penetration of Wheeler. Somebody's going to have to step in Missouri or try to double, get the ball out of his hands. Work. And a brilliant shooter. Kellen Grady now has made 18 of his last.
Threes, but he is vastly improved from last year to this year.
Notre Dame, our K Jewelers starting lineup. You talked about Goodwin. Atkinson Jr. is a guy who can.
In the Palestra, beat North Carolina in the Garden, and that kind of propelled us into a successful season.
Well, I heard some of what you said, and you said back then you guys all got together.
But they're on average plus 16 in their opponent, so they're compete where they need to.
Number 1.
Just one made shot. It was a 3-pointer. Second time they stepped on that sideline.
Offensive glass.
Exciting opening 2 minutes of this game. Strong take, body, foul, and the basket.
There's an answer before the regular season gets underway, and we'll walk you through what we think is happening in the SEC and here in Lexington. Stop and pop, Roger. I knew it was a half or so. Under a minute to go. Davis.
Didn't matter what I said. He'd go, what was the call?
Chances are it wasn't a good one. Or
so much Division I, just college basketball experience on the roster this